Abyssal Production.
Opportunity stop knock pan door. We have to get up go look for it. Not for them a talk about nothing now go on. Me never see them a full out application form. I know how the system run. Get up better than sit down. Come.
I'm blessed.
You are blessed. I know. I thank you. I know that feeling too. I'm blessed too.
Yeah.
Welcome to Fyre4Lyfe Entertainment Wordplay Wednesday, and you are the featured artist, Ricky Stereo. Oh.
Yeah. AKA Bada Man of the Artist.
Say that again.
AKA Bada Artist, Man of the Artist.
Okay, you better let them know.
I've been waiting for this for a long time, Sherry.
Really? Tell me why. Let me turn the interview around. Tell me why.
Because I've been watching you doing your thing, and I always told them, hey, she's doing a good job. Hey, she's...
Oh, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Oh, I feel special today. Well, let's get right into it. I'm going to let everybody know what the word play for today is, and it's going to be persistence. And we will get into further about the word persistence. However, give everybody who doesn't know a little bit about your background, where you were raised, how you grew up.
Okay. Well, just a little boy, born in Granston Avenue and Kingston, and grew up in Spanish Town, Fraser's Content, Red Pan. Yeah. And
okay.
Go to Friendship all age, and then left Friendship and go to Jonathan Grant High School. Yeah.
Nice. And tell us just a little bit more about your childhood. What was some good things, some things you wish like, I'm not talking about that, but that helped, I'm sure, lay the foundation of who you are today.
I mean, growing up as a kid, I was a bad little boy.
I don't believe that. You got bad artists written on your shirt, but I don't believe that.
I was the little kid that, everyone wants to play with, And when I go into school, the girls them want me on their side. He's fast. I need him to play. You ever play lick and freeze before? Like you have a ring, lick and freeze. You have a ring, and you go in the ring and you run out and they have to catch you and something like that.
Okay, similar to a little bit of Dr. Goose. Similar?
Yeah, similar. So okay. They always want the fast, the bad artist. I want him on my side. He's fast.
Oh, nice.
So I have a lot of fun growing up in school and, a lot of things, yeah.
Okay. Well, how is it that you transitioned to being the bad artist and being Ricky Stereo? How did you transition into that part of your life?
I mean, Ricky Stereo come first, and, back on Stereo one, everybody know Ricky Stereo, Lieutenant Stitchy, Jonathan Wolfman. But where the bad artist come in play now is like 3 years ago when, it's like the artists nowadays, them can't find the punch, them don't know if to do it. So them I say, wait. So I just throw a reset button out there. And from I throw a reset button out there, then everyone was, what? Huh? Ricky Stereo? I'm a bad artist. I know a bad artist. So, it's the people who call me, the fans who really call me bad artist, not me call myself.
Okay.
That's how bad. Yeah.
But you took on that name wholeheartedly and are the bad artist. How is it that you are Ricky Stereo, the bad artist?
Well, as I said, they know me as Ricky Stereo, but they start calling me this bad artist. Everyone call me for, hey, you're a bad artist. You don't know you a long time, say you're a bad artist, right? So, I just say, you know what, let me just run with it. So I just say, Ricky Stereo, AKA bad artist.
I don't feel like I'm saying it strong enough. I'm like Ricky Stereo, a bad artist, right? I sound real American, I'm sure, but you put so much passion behind it. Where did you find your passion for music?
Growing up as a youth, I find a passion for music. Like, I used to follow my mother to church, and they used to have concert, and I used to recite and do all things. So, and then when I was going to high school, now Jonathan Grant, now whenever time they have concert, now they was like, man, I used to do my thing, and they was like, man, you're really good. A lot of artists close by, would want to come by and take my shine, but they couldn't do it because yeah, I have my classmate them there in my back, and they got my back, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And
Uh-huh.
so I was like, I really like doing it. So from there on, I say, you know what, I'm gonna do this.
How old were you then?
15, 14.
15. Okay. Okay. And you knew right there and then that music was what you were supposed to do for the rest of your life?
No, not right there, but leaving from high school, then I used to perform on this song named Sound Dimension. And
Mm-hmm.
more you go, the more you say, wait, this getting good, man. People recognizing you. The girls them all over me and things. So me, I say, wait, this good, man. So if you're small with fame, you're small and you have fame. Well, this sounds good, man. So from there I was like, man, I'm gonna take this as my career.
Well, I'm sure having all the females around just, helped. We'll just say
Huh?
helped. I said, I'm sure having all the females around was just say it helped, right?
It's
So, what are some of the artists that have inspired you over these years?
artists that inspired me over these years. I mean, growing up as a youth and never fully in the business and listening to some artists out there who already established in the business, like what I mean, like Peter Metro, and because he's the first artist I really like
Mhm.
as a youth, and I like the way he put his stuff on. So when I go to town, I would get Metro Media cassette and bring it back to Spanish Town and listen Peter Metro, and then try to be like him. So I have to give
Mhm.
him that props. But there's a lot more because in Spanish Town you have a ton load of artists, a lot of artists. You
Mhm.
have artists.
Yeah.
Man, I just want to tell you a few off the top of my head. You understand?
Okay.
You have the great Lieutenant Stitch, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You have Wolfman, and you have Multi-Blind. You have a DJ named Multi-Blind. You have a DJ named Dallyman. You have
Mhm.
have you have a DJ named Preacher. So
Mm.
all of those Spanish Town DJ, you have Monks, man, and you know at that time I was not fully in it.
Okay. Okay.
You understand? So listening to those DJ coming up, I was like, yeah, these DJ really, Charlie Chaplin, Jim Kelly, and those DJ was top artists. So I would say those
So
type of
what you
DJ.
so what you say listening to those DJs and studying that art helped you to inspired you to move forward to say this is something that I can do and I want to do because I've seen it?
Yeah, not all of them, not studying their art, but Peter Mitchell is hard.
Yeah.
The way how he
Okay.
do it. But the other DJ like that I talk about is, they're out there, their name calling. So, I want my name to call too. So, I have
Right.
to, push and try to get, more established and try to be out
Established.
there with the crowd. Try to rub shoulder with the big guys.
And talking about the big guys, what is some of the collaborations that you've had or wish to have?
Well, I just like 2 years ago or a year, I think 2 years ago, yeah, I collaborated Lieutenant Stitchy, the greatest of all times. And we
Mm-hmm.
now said that we say that without apology, you know.
Okay.
But and
I-
you Madu,
uh-huh.
very good artist,
Uh-huh.
you know. So we say that without apology. Since you Madu and Lieutenant Stitchy, and you know, I am in the making of doing more collaboration with a couple more artists. So you know, people like those.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, tell me about where do you see yourself in about 5 years in your career?
5 years?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Well, we have see myself in 5 years. I mean, global, global
Uh-huh.
success.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, and yeah, and because I'm putting in the work, so it's no if I'm, but I see it global.
All right. I'm
Mhm.
not mad at you, especially, with the and you talk about wanting and going to global and all that. How has the pandemic um affected that?
I wouldn't say it affected, you know, it, I mean, it damaged one side, but it allow you to get recognition on another side. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because if it wasn't for the pandemic, because the pandemic make a lot of people stay home and do research,
Yeah.
and they're online more, and they try to, you know, yeah, interact with artists, and you know, they like, subscribe, and you know, they have more time to play with the computer and social media.
Mm.
It is bad. It's bad because we couldn't get to go out there and perform, because my last show was 2 years ago in Atlanta, and
Wow.
no, that's not my last show. My last show was last year, last year January in Florida. But you know, the pandemic come and it slow everything down show
Yeah.
wise,
Yeah.
for doing stage shows and all of that. But on the other hand, it push, you know, the visibility, make people, you know, you online, you promote your things, and it kick off Workaholic, my song Workaholic. It kick that song really high, put it on an iron.
You know what? You're the first person I've heard to say how the pandemic helped as far as their artistry or the music because it allowed people to sit down more to the
Mhm.
computer and have more time to spend and kind of get to know you better or get to know more about you as an artist. I haven't heard anybody put it in that light, which is very interesting because it shows that or how you kind of pivoted into a different thing, but you also were able to have time to spend with your fans and your community for them to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
to know you better. So once the pandemic lifts, they you've already got them. So I like that thought.
Hey man, I'm saying when the pandemic is up is a different level, because I already booked for a lot of shows. People still calling me and saying, look, as this done, man, as this over, we want you here, we want you there. You know, I'm an artist that you know, people will say this. I think before I talk, you know, because the pandemic is do good, it do bad, but it's, I like to talk about the good side that it has done, you know, and it did
Yeah.
good because yeah, and you know, and they say everything is for a wise purpose. So it
Yeah.
opened my lot of eyes to people differently, you know,
Hmm.
because I think this
Yeah,
pandemic.
I just never saw it from that standpoint. I think that was pretty cool to say that
Yeah.
you kind of nurtured your fan base even more by them having more time to spend with you because they had nowhere to go. You know what I mean?
Nowhere to
So,
go. Yeah. So
so
they
that's
get to know.
really, so that's really interesting. So that I guess that would bring us at the end of using the word persistent. We'll go to that in a little bit, but tell us about also your personal life if you don't mind, like you
Personal
know.
life. Yeah, yeah. Well,
Hmm.
married, kids, you know, and you know,
And
yeah,
that's it. Okay,
living, a-
moving
living,
along.
living a good life, giving God thanks, because you have to put Him in everything what you do. you have to put God first and give him thanks, and you know, and yeah, I'm living, I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying it. I mean, kids gone to college, and who's not in college, married, and you know, I'm here doing me now. You know what I mean?
Well, I was gonna ask you, what kind of role did your kids play in your motivation and inspiration to be the bad artist that you are?
Well, growing up as a kid, because I take time off to raise my kids because I was out of this game for a while, all right? And I was out of it because I was still writing music, you know, writing lyrics and you know, making music. But they never know me as the bad artist. They grow up on
Okay.
different art. They grow up on different artists. So I was always telling them, look here, I'm one of the baddest artists, used to be one of the baddest artists. So, you know, they would just brush it off and say, oh, I'm to dada, you know, but this is where it's going to get serious. My son, my smallest son, I asked him one time, who is your DJ? Who are your DJ? He said, Dada, Beenie Man, am my DJ? You know? And I said, okay. I said, that's good. I'm just, why you ask? I said, no, I just asked, you know. And Jerry, 3 years after I asked him that, Beenie Man put out a clip talking about me, saying, man, you know, he was talking about Stereo One. He said Stereo One used to come out, and when Stereo One come the way Stereo One bad, every artist have a runway. Them man, they bad, Stitchy bad, but you have one when named Ricky Stereo. Jesus Christ, the man bad. So you know what I do? What I did, I just called my son and said, look, come here. You know why I never feel any way when you say Beenie Man was a DJ? Him said, no, I said, listen this. And when him listened that, him said, Dada, so you did bad?
Tell him, don't watch you.
Yeah. So, you know, and after that, Peter Mitchell come out and say the same thing, and a couple more artists come out and say the same thing. So from that time, they start, you know, watching me now, you know, start with them research now and thing until he start produce now. His name is obviously my producer right now. You know?
Oh, awesome. That's wicked. That's real
Yeah.
awesome. It just took him to say that he liked Beenie Man to switch it around, huh?
And then he followed me to the show in Atlanta, my first show when I, you know, come back fully in the business. And he was like, man, after that, man, he's my producer now, man. Obviously, he don't want me to vice for no one.
Oh, well, I love that, because what it is that leaving your legacy and your generational views and things with your son to come behind you and now help to lift you into the artistry of what's going on.
But I can even give you a wider scale. I got 3 sons. The smallest one is the producer. The biggest one is laying beats. He sent me a beat yesterday and said, yo, Dada, listen this. You know, so I know what that means. I'm gonna want you on this beat. And my biggest son now, he's an artist like me, named G Quality. You interviewed him before?
Yes.
Yeah.
G Quality is your middle son?
Yeah.
Shut the front door. No way.
You know, I heard that. The first time I heard that song, I was laughing, man. I was buying a laptop, and the lady said, I was telling her, I buy not laptop, a tablet. And I was saying, asking her how much gig it have and telling her that I needed to do interviews because I'm an artist. She said, you're an artist? Shut the front door.
So I do shut the front door, and then if it's really good, I'm like, oh, I will be dipped in buttermilk. I don't know why I say that, but nevertheless. But all of that, all right, hi, G Quality's daddy.
Yeah.
You don't look like you have nobody's children that big. Mr. Look, I need to call you Mr. Stereo.
Thank you. I mean, yeah. So you know, it's all about music, and I surround my kids. Them surround me with, you know, talent,
Yes.
a
You
lot of
got a
music.
dynasty. What are you talking about? You got a whole situation.
Yeah, you know, for
Yeah.
someone that they didn't even mm, zero down on like that
Yeah.
as an artist, and then when they find out the caliber artist that I am, and they start
Yes.
and they're proud to say, yeah, Ricky Star is
That's
my dad, you know. Yeah,
wow. I need to call you sir now.
yeah. No, you don't.
Yes, I do, sir. You do not look like you got any children that big. But anyway, let me talk about your sons and the business that you're building. Where do you see it? Where do you see it moving forward? Because you got a little arsenal there.
I mean, as I see, as I said, global. And we don't do anything unless we put 100% in it. You know what I mean? And we do it to better our ability. So I can't tell you that it's going to reach sky level in
Right.
5 years, but that's where we're heading for. You know what I mean? That's where we're
Yeah.
heading for. Sky's the limit. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see that it's a great possibility. You know what I mean? So when we talk about the word persistence, that's our word play for today. Persistence. How would you say that you have been persistent throughout your career?
Well, you know, as a youth growing up, I have to be persistent. And
Mhm.
you face all kind of obstacle, and you don't let that get in the way of what your goal is. You know,
Yeah.
you try to push even when there's no strength there, you still try to get up and do something. You
Hmm.
understand? Pertaining towards music. Because
Right.
if you don't be persistent, you're going to get lazy.
Mm.
You're going to get what's the word I'm looking for? Um
Complacent.
distracted, you know, and you know, you have to, even even when you don't see a way how, you still
Yeah.
have to put in the time, in the work, and in the music, because you know that's your goal, and you want it to raise the bar high, and you want to be different from other people, so you have to be persistent. So that play a genuine part in my career.
Hmm.
No,
Because
it
especially I know the persistency when you're dealing with the music business, you have to be, it's a couple of things: motivated, inspired, consistent, and definitely persistent. If you don't
is it.
have one of those four things, the likelihood of you maintaining the level that you need to can be, it can happen, but it may not be sustainable. Yeah.
Well said, well said, well said. And in the music business, it's so, the music is so, I don't feel, I did not face any form of disrespect in the music, but on
Mm-hmm.
the outside looking in, right? I mean, I get shielded by a lot of people. You know, can't touch me, you know,
Yeah.
because you know, got a liquor and everybody want, you know, want, yo, wanna protect him, and you know,
Yeah.
so I didn't face a lot of I didn't face no disrespect in the music, but on the
Mm-hmm.
outside looking in on other people
Uh-huh.
career, this game is not a game that, you know, is an easy thing. It's not an easy pushover. You have to be persistent, and you have to make sure whatever you do it to the best of your ability.
And you have to be, I think sometimes people get all caught up in the glitz and the glam and the instant fame and instant you know, notoriety and all of that, and miss some of the business part, which is really important to sustain, because you can either be a one-hit wonder, Or you can
Mhm.
be one of those, use one of those four things and be Ricky Stereo
I'll be Ricky
with
Stereo.
hello, Ricky Stereo, who is the what?
But I can relate to that because a couple years ago I was show in Florida and I went down there and you know I went to this restaurant to get some food, and while I was in the restaurant I saw some of my coworkers. Remind you, I took myself out of the business for a couple of years. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was off the scene, off, off everything. So they didn't recognize me in the line. And they were there and people were looking at them. And there was this one person with them saying, "Hey, what the artist that man?" And them I was which artist and rated, blah blah. So they never recognized me. So when I get the food that I went to buy and I was leaving, I was like, "Yo, what go on rated? I register right now, me sooner or later." They was like, "What?" Because I wasn't blinging, as you say, and whatever. My mind wasn't focused on that part of the music.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
like I like when people kind of see me and say,
Is
"I him
that?
name so, I him name so." I like that part. I wasn't like bling. I wasn't like.
I had that the other day. It was like, "Are you Sherry Berry?" I'm like, maybe. I just might be, but oh wow. So yeah, using those four pillars and to continue moving forward. So what can people expect from you music wise coming out? Or what they say, what do you have in the can? What you got in the works? What you got, Ricky? What you got?
Okay, as they all know that I'm working on my album name Ignite, right? I got a couple
Mm.
of Ignite already. I got Reset Button, I got Better Days, I got Workaholic, and I got Grudge, right? I
Mhm.
just complete two more songs, just finished write two more songs, because I'm not in no rush. It's my first
Mhm.
album, and I want when someone listen to that album themselves. I the bad artist. I the bad artist. So I got those things going. I got my video shoot coming up. Got a video shoot
Mm.
coming up. I'm recording two video. I got things that I don't want to relate out because people run with the ideas, and I
Yes,
want to be the one
definitely.
who drop it out there first. And definitely, man, I got a lot of things, lot of things coming up in the music. A lot of things
Oh
to look
well.
for.
When could we expect that album?
That's what I'm telling you. I'm not in no rush.
All
I'm not
right.
gonna, I'm not gonna put a time on it. I'm not in no
Okay.
rush. It's my first album. The thing is, Sher, it's my first album, and
Hmm.
I really want when someone listen to this album, they'll be like, "Are the bad artist at?" And to do that, you have to
Take your time.
take your time and
Slay it
because I am
on.
not, I am not the artist. I'm not the type of art. I'm the type of artist who like you know everyone can listen my song, not just a section of people. I
Hmm.
like it. So more time you have to bend some words and change some word and some style because we are not the artists that derogative things, and we kind of keep our thing on a clean level. You
Hmm.
understand? Well,
Yeah.
if you're put up on a stage now and you're trouble, it is a different thing. But recording wise, as a person who never really like to record and then love it now, I'm
Hmm.
just taking my time. I'm just taking my time and make sure I put out a real good
So
album.
so what I hear you saying is I hear you're recording with intention.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
and when you record with intention or do anything with intention, the manifestation of that can always be great.
yes.
I
Well said.
got you right. I got you
Hey,
right.
yeah, I know you got me, Michelle.
Well, thank
I
you
know you
so
got me.
much, Ricky. Did you have anything else that you wanted to let the people know that who are out here listening?
I mean, I would like to big up all my fans. I would like to big up everyone who's a bad artist because you have some people out there that really have my back. So big up all of my fans. You understand? And you can follow me on Instagram, Ricky_stereo. My Facebook page is full, but you know,
excuse
Fe-
you. What you mean? My Facebook is full.
it's full.
Sir.
It's 5,000 is the limit, and I reach there. I mean, I have to ask for an artist page. I don't do that yet. And Instagram underscore Ricky_stereo. Facebook Ricky Stereo Music Bird. Twitter Ricky Stereos. So follow me, and then I have a YouTube channel, Ricky Stereo YouTube channel. You can check it out and see where the bad artists are going with, because we don't stop going. You see it.
Look, I'm gonna be messy. Does G Quality have 5,000 followers on Facebook?
Oh no, yeah, man, G Quality. Yeah, G Quality have go hard, man. You probably have 10,000.
Okay. I'm gonna say, who is running it more, father or son? That is funny. That is funny. On her before he be talking about me be mad. Is he watching? I don't see if he is. I can't tell. That is hilarious. Well, thank you again so much, Ricky. I don't know where Denise went and left us. Did she leave us?
I don't. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's such a pleasure. You're awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. You're awesome yourself.
Them respect maximum. We study real life curriculum. Work where you put in. A working class who no come. Roadside make we idle and sit down. The working kings.